Hi everyone, I hope that you are doing well. We have, moving this to a good spot. We have our newspaper for the week, the 2020 Census. So I'm going to try this a little differently today. I'm going to read right from my computer screen rather than printing this out, and that might actually give you guys a clearer picture of it. So I'll move the cursor as I read, and you guys can print it out if you want at home, or just follow along while I read it to you. 2020 Census. The U.S. will have a census in 2020. The U.S. has a census every 10 years. A census counts every person living in an area. The 2020 census will count every person in the U.S. A U.S. government group does a census. This group is called the Census Bureau. The Census Bureau uses the census to gather information. The information is about people in the U.S. The U.S. government uses the information. The information helps the government make decisions. Some decisions are about money. The government decides how much money to give the states. States use the money to build schools, hospitals, roads, and more. How does the Census Bureau do a census? The Census Bureau sends census forms in March. They send a form to every home in the U.S. Each form has a list of questions. The questions are about the people living in the home. One question asks how many people live in the home. Other questions ask for each person's name, birthday, and age. Everyone must answer the questions for the census. The census is part of U.S. law, so it's not a choice, you have to do it. People can answer the questions by mail, online, or by phone. I actually did mine on my phone. Workers from the Census Bureau may visit some homes. The workers ask questions. The workers count people living in the homes. The U.S. will have a census in 2020. The census will count every person living in the U.S. The census will count you, your family, your friends, your teachers, already counted me, and more. How many people do you think live in the U.S.? And we will come back to this video after we finish reading the newspaper. Okay, now we're talking about who? The Census Bureau. The Census Bureau is a U.S. government group. The Census Bureau gathers and shares information. The information is about people in the U.S. The Census Bureau started in 1902. So you guys, this is 2020. That was 118 years ago. Their headquarters is in Suitland, Maryland. Where? U.S. The census counts every person in the U.S. The census has more than 300 million people. These people live in states across the U.S. The U.S. has 50 states. And you guys know which state we live in, California. The U.S. became a country in 1776. If you have these ingredients at home, or if you can get them, it's Count the Layers cup. So the recipe is counting layers, kind of like our census counts the people. So that's clever. Looks like it uses yogurt and peaches, granola. Then you need plastic cups, clear so you can actually see the layers to count them. Looks good. Okay. Time for a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? School. School who? School to be counted. Get it? School. It's cool. It's cool to be counted. Cute. We'll pause this video there and then come back for the next joke and the rest of the newspaper.